I have more degrees of forgiveness. When I let go, I let go. I don't come back for taking my turn. I only believe that in moving forward, especially when you are in the public sector like this, you need to unify people rather than segregating them.
Welcome to AM Hour. The soul of AM Hour is to encourage people to communicate. We believe in bridging the gaps with words. We believe in education. We believe in being a student of the world and expanding our boundary as a global citizen. In this hour, there will be flaws in our English, but that is not the essence of it. The key things are that we get to communicate, we get to bridge the gaps, and we get to be a global citizen. I hope we can agree on that and enjoy this hour. คุณอนุทินสวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ
ขอเริ่มเป็นภาษาไทยก่อนสั้นๆนะครับรายการ AM Hour ความจริงผมได้สัมภาษณ์มาแล้ว3ท่านนะครับคือคุณนุ้งอิงคุณทิมแล้วก็คุณท็อปเป็นภาษาอังกฤษ 90-100% นะครับซึ่งวันนี้ดีใจมากที่คุณอนุทินมาร่วมรายการ AM Hour ครับ
ผมคงจะแก่ที่สุดในบรรดาแขกรับเชิญทั้ง3ท่านนะครับก็จะพยายามให้ดีที่สุดแล้วกัน
So welcome to AM Hour คุณอนุทิน This is an honor for our program to have you in my show. I will start off with your introduction in your own context. Could you please introduce yourself? Who is Anutin Chanvirikul?
I am an engineer by education. I've been in the business for almost 20 years before turning myself into politics. This year is about the 18th year that I have involved in public sector, and I'm still very much active. I'm the head of the Jai Thai party, in which we are campaigning very hard to make sure that we will gain confidence and trust from Thai people in the upcoming election.
I think the last 4 years maybe one of the most important period as a politician for you. You were a candidate for a prime minister and then you were a minister in the health section and Thailand handled the COVID situation. I mean, when you were appointed health minister 4 years ago, we didn't know that there was going to be COVID.
No, by all means, no. Yeah.
How would you evaluate your performance during COVID time?
Well, if you ask me, I think I'm doing quite okay in that portfolio. Thanks to my colleagues and thanks to all the Thai people that during the pandemic crisis, they all rendered a very good cooperation to the government. They try to be cautious about their health, so that resulted in Thailand being able to leap out from probably the worst health crisis in the world, in the history before others.
But I think that I'm not being biased and I'm being fair now. That to be honest, the popularity of yourself amongst the netizen people online might not be the best. Like sometimes you get criticized from what you act and what you said.
Well, somebody told me that it's not that good to speak your mind. But I've reached this age, and my profile before being at this point, I have always been what I am. And I think when people might not feel that I speak sweetly, but what they feel is I'm truthful and I'm not hiding anything, and I'm not trying to play game. I don't have any hidden agenda, and this is the way that I have been working my life since I became independent, making a living of my own. So it's very difficult to change. But at the end of the day, everybody would notice very clearly that what I said was true. I missed people's discouragement, saying discouraging things on me. I missed people trying to tone down what I say. All those hatred statements that they try to put all the blame on me. Vaccines, medicines, my words that Thailand would leap out from COVID quicker than other countries. My opponents always said they did not believe that it would happen and trying to accuse that I was lying or I promised things that I knew very well that I wouldn't be able to deliver. But it turned out that all have been settled very nicely.
Do you feel like it's been unfair to you?
Well, I think let the result judge the performance. I've been through many criticisms, and at the end, I would always prove myself that it wasn't what they wanted to be, and it always turned out nicely.
I can still recall the first few months that you were appointed minister, and you still went online, went live on Facebook, and say something that like you said, from your heart, but the audience might not take it well, and then you might adjust yourself a bit. I want to.
Well, it depended on who said that they would not be able to take my counter statement. There were many people that told me that I did the right thing, but after a while, I have to listen to the public, and I have to remind myself that I was no longer an individual figure that could do anything, that I want. I was already a public figure, and things that I would do or things that I would say might be brought to some kind of misuse. So I decided to step back a little bit and trying to keep my mouth shut.
Is it difficult to do so? Trying to control
Not
yourself?
Not at all. It's in the name of the game. It depends on what you want it to be projected.
I think I'm gonna ask you this question also as your junior. I'm 20 younger than you. I have to run my news organization. I have my staff a lot less than yours, maybe only 40 and 50 people. But I think one thing I share with you is that
Lucky.
people might say that now we are เจ้านาย we the CEO, you are ministry, I am the editor-in-chief. Sometimes things we say affect people, especially like our colleague, our ลูกน้อง the people that work for us.
I used to be in your position. The title or ranking is only to let people know that who is in charge. When we have to be liable and responsible with our counterparts. But when I was working in my family business, I have to admit that I was always the boss because I was the owner's son, eldest son. So people deemed to me as their boss already. But I never let people feel when I really came into authority. I never let people feel that I was the boss. But I let them believe that I was their leader. There are a little slight difference between boss and leader. I was never bossy. Good things that I had, and I think it might be a God's gift, is I listen to people. I listen. I may not act that I was paying attention, but all things that they said to me would ring in my ears until I was able to clear it out. So I'm not a person who holds big grudge. I know when to slow down and even step back. The way I work with my people have always been like that. I dictate if I had to, but that didn't mean that it has to be that way. If someone gave me better idea, I would then try to adjust the direction, but the goal remained the same. I don't want to be the only one who takes the credit of any success. I believe that all my works, all my success must have been through cooperations of my friends. And that's why I think I never have problem working in any institutions that I was appointed to take care of.
I want to ask you about Thailand on a global context. One of the reasons that we are conducting this interview in English is that we want to put Thailand in a global map. We want to put, I think we agree that Thailand deserves better. How do you see Thailand on a global stage?
Thailand has been in the global stage a long time ago. Geographically, we are having the best location on the map. In the ASEAN region, we are the only country that can connect the member states to every country. In the past, we try to say that if it goes for financial or economic aspects, let our neighbor do. Singapore, Malaysia. Thailand should focus more on agriculture. But in today's world, it's different. Today every country can be everything. If you don't live in that country, if you can't do it in the country, you go invest in another country. But some country might not be able to provide some aspects, but Thailand can provide everything. All you need to do is sustainable plan. Mm-hmm. We used to have Eastern Seaboard that made our country to be called industrialized country. Now it seems to be overwhelming. Lots of investments have already been there. Many have been outdated. So Thailand has improved it by introducing the EEC concept into that region, into the Eastern Seaboard region. But that's not enough. Thailand still lacks effective logistics. Now we're talking about land bridge that will connect the Andaman Sea and the Gulf of Thailand, which will allow cargoes, merchandises from either part of the world, west or east, pass through Thailand, which it could save approximately a week of shipment schedule. In the past, people might have felt that this would probably jeopardize the relationship with our neighbors. But nowadays, we should call ourselves, we have to strengthen our region. If we keep competing with each other, then our strength will be less and less comparing to the other part of the world. Today is days for ASEAN. There are conflicts everywhere. in the other parts of the world, conflicts among superpowers, conflicts in the Western Hemisphere, conflict in Europe, war in the Middle East still there. ASEAN is the only place that has been sustainable. We should unite ourselves together, trying to exploit all the resources of each country and make our region powerful in dealing with other superpowers. Nowadays, you don't have to carry gun to fight with them, but you use economy to sustain ourselves. So we have to call each other partner rather than rival. If you want something that Thailand can deliver, if you are in the logistic business and it takes 4 to 5 days more on selling dates, why don't come join with Thailand, developing the southern land bridge, saving 4 days of shipment, and there will be a lot more opportunities for industry, for trade, for import, export. This concept will likely happen because the situation will definitely call for Thailand and its partners in the region will have to sit together and desire to become the economy of the world.
And imagine you get there. What will you do? What will Thailand be if we have Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul?
Definitely, it's going to be better than this because I don't believe in conflict. I don't believe in aggression. These things can never lead anything to anywhere. I listen more. I believe that I listen to people more than other leaders that this country used to have. I listen, I think, and I find way to solve the problems for them. I think I am good in uniting people together. And I have more degrees of forgiveness comparing with other people. Some people might not be able to let go and forgive. Some people might only say forgive, but they're still thinking about coming back to revenge. But when one of my specialty, one of my known personalities, when I let go, and I don't come back for taking my turn. And I only believe that in moving forward, especially when you are in the public sector like this, you need to unify people rather than segregating them. So I think I have been through many political turmoils and could see that only cold water that can solve the problem.
We spent the first 30 minutes talking in English, and the concept of this program is that our English might not be perfect, but we want to encourage Thai people to communicate in English. Can you tell me about your experience joining this program? And as a minister, I think you spend time, in global stage and using English.
If you are linguistic, it is always better because when you have to deal with your friends from the other part of the world, and if you speak their language, the level of trust and the level of intimacy will greatly increase, and that will make your life a lot easier in dealing with people from all over the world. So as long as our young Thai having a chance to study other language, they should never forego that opportunity. It will come back. It doesn't have to be English. It can be Chinese, French, German, and any kind of language. You're going to Laos. If you're able to speak Laos, you could see the degree of friendship that significantly increases by only saying one word. So it is very important.
Thank you very much. I hope your throat gets better soon because
It's better now. It should have been like this during our interview.
ขอบคุณครับคุณอนุทินครับ
ขอบคุณครับ
โหวตเพื่อไทยปะล่ะ
โปรดก้าวไกลปะล่ะ
โหวตภูมิใจไทยปะล่ะ
ติดตามการเลือกตั้งกับพวกเราสำนักข่าว Today โหวตปะล่ะ